You are about to see the most luxurious yachts ever made in human history. Yachts that are worth more than you can imagine. Yachts that are bigger than football fields, and a particular yacht that is made out of gold, and the bones of dead dinosaurs. I wish I was making this up. Stay till the end so you don't miss anything. A+. The average football field measures at about 300 feet or 91 meters, and that's pretty big. But imagine a yacht that's bigger than a football field, a yacht that takes extravagance to a whole other level. This is the A+, formerly known as Topaz, and if you haven't noticed, it's one of the biggest yachts in the world, measuring about 482 feet long. It was built by Lürssen, a shipyard company in Bremen, and the leading construction company when it comes to super yachts. The A+ is owned by Sheikh Mansour, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, and a member of the royal family of Abu Dhabi. He has an estimated net worth of about $20 billion, and he chose to spend the money on one of the best yachts money could buy. He wanted to make the yacht so grand that he needed 2 designers to make it happen. The exterior was designed by Tim Haywood, and then the interior was drawn by Terence Distel Design. The boat engines are 2 diesel peel stick engines, and both of them have about 7,990 horsepower, meaning that even though the boat is huge, it's far from slow, being able to move at a maximum speed of 25.5 knots. The A+ has so many luxurious features that it's hard to imagine how they all fit in that one boat. There's a beauty salon, a dance floor, a movie theater, a functioning gym, a deck jacuzzi, and a working elevator. Who puts an elevator on a boat? And that's not even the most extravagant part. The boat has not 2 but 3 but 8 decks. No wonder they needed an elevator. The yacht also has 26 suites, and it's able to accommodate 62 guests and 79 crew members. It's basically a luxury hotel on the water. So what's the cost? Well, the A+ is estimated to be worth 400 million euros or $527 million, and it takes about 50 million to carry out the annual maintenance of the yacht, which is funny because $50 million is enough to buy you another mega yacht. Azam. Yes, the A+ is huge and all, but it's not the biggest yacht in the world. That award goes to the Azam, which is the biggest yacht ever made, and it has held that title since 2013. Being 180 meters long or 590 feet, they say the yacht is so big that you can practice golf on board. This isn't a joke actually, you can actively play golf aboard the Azam. It's owned by another prominent billionaire, Sheikh Khalifa, the 2nd president of the UAE and the ruler of Dubai. The yacht was also built by Lürssen. I guess that's the go-to company when it comes to building expensive boats. The construction of this yacht has such an arduous undertaking that it requires 4,000 people to build a yacht, and it took them 3 years to actually finish making it, which is a record-breaking time according to Super Yachts Times. The engines of the yachts are actually 2 sets. There's the gas turbine engine, and then there's the 2 diesel engines. Together they have an output of 47,000 horsepower, which means the yacht can move at 32 knots, making it one of the fastest yachts in the world. But all these statistics hardly matter when you step into the yacht. The interior features are simply mesmerizing. There's a pool on the yacht, which is what a vessel that floats on the water needs: more water. There's a gym and a bar, and the furniture on board was made with a year's worth of worldwide production. There's even a main salon that doesn't have any pillars, which is tricky because this is a vessel that's going to be on water and pillars are needed for stability. You know, in case of storms and heavy waves. So in the absence of pillars, they had to construct the salon with a glass that was 7 centimeters thick. They say the Azam is so stable that even while the boat is on the move, the chandeliers on board don't rattle. The price of the Azam was estimated to be a whopping $600 million, and about $60 million cost for annual maintenance. Streets of Monaco. You've probably heard of Monaco. It's a popular tourist destination in Europe, famous for places like Monte Carlo and breathtaking casinos. Someone loved Monaco so much that he thought it was a great idea to put a replica of Monaco on a yacht and call it the Streets of Monaco. Basically, the Streets of Monaco is a mini city that's going to be floating on water. It's going to be 152 meters or 498 feet long, and it's going to be a marvelous piece of architecture. Sadly, the Streets of Monaco is still under construction, but when it's finished, it will be the most luxurious yacht ever made, with an estimated worth of $1 billion, making it our first yacht to cross the $1 billion threshold. Once the yacht is completed, it will have all sorts of things: a go-kart track, multiple tennis courts, several helipads, a beach club, luxurious suites, and even a miniature waterfall. Not to sound repetitive, but That's exactly what a floating vessel needs, right? More water? There's even going to be a replica of the Monaco Grand Prix on the yacht. The yacht is going to be owned by oil magnate Roman Abramovich, the owner of Chelsea FC, and currently one of the richest men in the world, and unsurprisingly, he's already the owner of one of the most luxurious yachts in human history. The Eclipse. The Eclipse is one of the biggest yachts ever made. It's measured at about 536 feet long and was once the biggest in the world until it was dethroned by the Azam. She was built by the German shipyard Blohm & Voss in 2009. The Eclipse is propelled by 4 diesel engines and 3 propellers that help it move at a steady 22 knots. It is also the only large vessel that makes use of a rotor-based system. The Eclipse sits on its own zone when it comes to extravagance. It has 2 helicopter pads because, you know, one is never enough. It also has 2 swimming pools, a sauna, a disco hall, several hot tubs, and a mini submarine that can submerge several feet into the frigid seas. But it doesn't stop there. It has 24 cabins and needs about 70 crew members to have everything run smoothly. It even has its own missile detection system to help secure it from missile attacks should one happen. Currently, the Eclipse is estimated to be worth $1.5 billion, and it also takes about $60 million to maintain the ship on an annual basis. It's amazing that Abramovich can spend this much on a yacht and still have the intention of building a bigger one. History Supreme. This is the most expensive boat ever made by the hands of men. It is not worth $1 billion or $2 billion, it is worth $4.8 billion. I'll let that sink in for a second. The funny part is it's the smallest boat on the entire list. It's only about 100 feet long. It's not the size that makes the boat, it's what the boat is carrying. The History Supreme was made with 100,000 kilograms of pure gold and platinum from top to bottom. No other metal was used. The gold is most prominent on the lower base of the ship. It's also prominent on the deck, the dining and the anchors. That's right, this boat has a golden anchor. But it gets better. The master bedroom walls are made entirely from meteor rocks. Apparently we've run out of cool material from the Earth, so we need rocks from space. There's even a statue of a Tyrannosaurus Rex attached to the wall. And if the gold wasn't enough, there's a 24-karat gold aquarium, because even fishes have to live extravagantly. There are parts of the boat that are adorned with precious stones and jewels and furniture made from exotic woods. Yet with all that, it still feels shocking that the boat is worth this much. I mean, $4.8 billion is enough to buy 8 Azams. The History Supreme was designed by Stuart Hughes for a Malaysian businessman, but it's not been clearly stated who the businessman is. But most reports indicate that it's Robert Kuo, the owner of Shangri-La Hotels. He has an estimated net worth of $12 billion according to Forbes, so he could afford it. But it hardly matters who owns it at this point. It's just hard to imagine that such a vessel and all the other vessels mentioned on this list actually exist. But I guess that's the point of luxury. It is meant to be unfathomable. That's it for this video. Let me know what you think about these yachts in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out our other videos for more awesome content. Thank you for watching.